What is going on, guys? It's your boy Dylan the Villain, and we're coming back at you once again with some Total Extreme Wrestling 2020. We're back at it with some Extreme Championship Wrestling. This is ECW. We're going to go ahead and kick off the pre-show in a terrible pre-show match. Lance Storm defeats Little Guigo in 8:04 by submission with a single leg crab. The match got a 37. Lance Storm with a 39 and Little Guido with a 27. Joey Styles and Joel Gertner have pretty good chemistry when calling matches together. Announcing color commentary gave the match a boost. Don Marie did some good work at ringside, and Lance Storm is getting better at his gimmick. Lance Storm has been on an undefeated streak since coming to ECW. We're going to move on to the next segment. I believe this starts the show. And we see Paul Heyman in the ring, and he goes, due to our one-of-a-kind special talent exchange here in ECW with the World Wrestling Federation, we have been sent some top prestige talent from World Wrestling Federation here to ECW. So be looking forward to seeing some of these young stars, some of these young wrestlers, in the future. The likes of Phil LaFawn and Doug Furnas, Al Snow, Just Incredible, and the Hardy Boys. Al Snow debuted his loose cannon gimmick. It got very good. Matt Hardy got his young line. It did great. And Jeff did his young line gimmick, and it did poor. Announcing color commentary gave the segment a boost, and the segment got a 70. Not bad. And we go on to our opening contest. I was supposed to say, hey, yeah, the Doug Furnas and Phil LaFawn are going to be in our next matchup. As Can-Man Express defeats the Pitbulls when Doug Furnas pinned Pitbull number 1 with a belly-to-back wrist-lock 180 suplex. Jesus, what a name for a move. The match got a 49. Phil LaFawn with a 48 and Doug Furnas with a 45, while the Pitbulls got a 48 and 47 respectively. Both teams have the tag team specialist bonus, and announcing in color commentary gave the match a boost. We already know about Joey Styles and Joel Gertner having pretty good chemistry calling matches together. We're going to move on to the next segment. So Can-Man Express picks up a win here in ECW. We move on to our next contest, and it is Dr. Death Steve Williams as he defeats Tommy Rich by pinfall with an Oklahoma Stampede. Steve Williams with a 69 and Tommy Rich with a 44. They have great chemistry, and it showed in their performance. That is awesome. A decent match also. The match got a 62. Not bad at all. We move on to our next segment, and it is Taz, and he is backstage. He's backstage. Paul Heyman is sitting at his desk with his headset, and Taz just walks up and snatches it off. He goes, I don't care. You've been avoiding my calls all week. I showed up at your house, and your wife says that you're not home, which I know is a lie. You're hiding from me, Paul. You're hiding from me because you know what I want. You know what I must have. You know, and everybody else in this arena knows, that Taz is better than Sabu. That Sabu tucked his tail between his legs and ran off to Japan. You can make any excuse that you want to, Paul, but you and I both know that if you wanted Sabu here tonight, then Sabu can be here tonight. If you want Sabu here next week, you and I both know that Sabu can be here next week. I'm tired of being put in front of people that I just run through and that I dominate week after week after show that you book me in. I don't care who I have to face. I only want to face one man, and that man is Sabu. That is a dark cloud and a shadow that's going to haunt me until I get my hands on Sabu. And Paul's like, well, Taz, you know, legal, due to legal matters, I can't have Sabu here, you know, and he's banned in the United States. And Sabu just looks at him, Taz just looks at him and goes, you know that's bullshit. He ain't banned in the U.S. He's banned here in ECW because he did business the wrong way to you. Now I'm going to tell you, and I'm only going to tell you this one time. I want Sabu at the pay-per-view. I don't care how much money you got to offer him to get him here. I don't care what you got to promise him. Hell, you can even take my paycheck and give it to him. I want Sabu, and I am going to beat Sabu, and I'm going to finish Sabu, and then he can go back to wherever the hell he wants to wrestle. But until then, whoever you put me up in the ring against is going to feel the wrath of Taz. Because beat me if they can, but survive if I let you. Segment got a 78. Taz did some pretty good, worked the crowd well. As long as Paul Heyman going off script. And then announcing the color commentary gave the match a boost. That's crazy. That one week he sucks at promos, and the next week he's good. I don't get the game sometimes. I really don't. We move on to our next segment. And it is, in an extremely short match, Bam Bam Bigelow defeats Louis Piccoli in 2 minutes and 37 seconds by pinfall with a diving headbutt. The match got a 53. Bam Bam with a 58. And Louis Piccoli with a 33. Bam Bam and Louis Piccoli didn't click. Made it an awkward bout. Wish I would have known that before I booked this match. The announcing gave the match a boost. After the match, Mikey Whipwreck runs to the ring with a steel chair in hand and clocks Bam Bam Bigelow in the back of the head, but Bam Bam Bigelow no-sells it. He starts beating the holy hell out of Mikey. Oh, then out come the Triple Threat as they join in. As Shane Douglas directs traffic. And then all of a sudden, Dr. Death Steve Williams' music hits and he runs and he makes the save for Mikey, coming out and chasing off the Triple Threat. He also has a lead pipe in his hand and he runs them off. Steve Williams then grabs the mic and goes, Bam Bam, this may be your first week here in ECW, but this is not how we do things here in ECW. You want to fight? You want to beat somebody up, huh? That's 2 times smaller than you? Why don't you take on somebody who can actually give you a challenge? Why not at the pay-per-view you face me in the ring like a man? And Bam Bam's like Shane Douglas and Steve Corino's like holding back Bam Bam, and Bam Bam's like, let me at him, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker, let me at him, you know, and they're kind of just pushing Bam Bam back, and they're just like, you know, and Shane Douglas is like, Steve Williams, you just signed your own death warrant, buddy. We'll see y'all at the pay-per-view. And we move on to our next segment. And it is a promo from the Sandman. And Sandman says, Raven, last week you talk about how I have nothing else, that you took everything from me. That you took my title, you took my wife, you took my kid, and now you're going to take my job. Well, Raven, I don't know if you experienced life, but when somebody has nothing else to lose, they have everything to gain. What makes you think that I'm going to have mercy on you, Raven? What makes you think that I am going to go out there and not give it my all? I have nothing else to lose, Raven. You took everything from me. I have nothing else to lose. And tonight, when I team up with my good friend Tommy Dreamer and beat you and your little crony, your wannabe, your copycat, your mimic, Stevie Richards. I don't want to hear you crying when I beat you for the world title at the pay-per-view. I don't want to hear you bitching and moaning. I don't want to hear nothing. Because when I beat you and reclaim the ECW championship, I'm going to send you packing to somewhere else. Let's go, Tommy. And that match is up next. This segment got a 74, and we go on to our main event of tonight, which will be Sandman and Tommy Dreamer taking on Raven and Stevie Richards. In a decent match, Sandman and Tommy Dreamer defeat Raven and Stevie Richards when the Sandman pinned Stevie Richards with a white Russian leg sweep. Once again, I love the name of that move. In terms of in-ring work, Raven was head and shoulders above everybody else. Stevie Richards with a 45, Raven with a 74, Tommy Dreamer with a 54, Sandman with a 63. In advance, but lost heat. And Joey Styles. That's crazy that they have absolutely zero chemistry together. That's crazy. That's crazy. The match got a 67, and we're going to go ahead and finish the show. Yeah, I bet you are. And the match got a 68. The show got a 68. Not bad. Not bad at all. Definitely what I would expect from ECW. And we're going to go ahead and finish this show here tonight. But like always, guys, thank y'all for watching the video. I hope y'all are enjoying the WCW save and the ECW save this month coming up. The whole month of December will be just ECW and WCW. Don't worry, we're still going to be doing the WWF save. It hasn't went anywhere. We haven't. It hasn't, it hasn't went away. It's still here. We're just doing this for the time being to take a break from the WWF save and basically hype up the big SummerSlam pay-per-view and build towards it and everything like that. But thank y'all for watching, guys. Leave a like. That's going to let me know which one y'all like more, the ECW or the WCW save. Let's see here. Like always, guys, if you're new to the channel and like what you have just watched and want to see more, click the subscribe icon if you're not subscribed. It helps out the channel a lot. Leave a like. It helps out the channel a lot. If you like this episode and want to go back and watch the past ECW episodes, the playlist should be about right here in the top right-hand corner to watch the last episode of ECW. And if you want to check out the WWF save, that playlist will be right here. My name is Dylan the Villain, guys, and like always, if you can't play with each other, do what I do and
play with yourself.
See you later, guys.